So in this session we're going to be looking at our final chord progression in triads, that is the minor 6-2-5-1 progression. Now, as I mentioned at the end of the last video, we have already completed the harmonisation of the scale in triads, so there are no new chord types to learn for this progression. So let's see what we've got. Firstly, let's recall from the previous video our 2-5-1 progression. That's 2 minor flat 5, 5 major and 1 minor. All the time remembering that our 5 major chord is a substitution, and there's always the option of using the 5 minor chord in this progression, which would give us 2 minor flat 5, 5 minor, 1 minor. Okay, so we now need to add to this the 6th chord. If we recall that the tonic note of a minor key corresponds to the 6th note of the relative major key, we can very quickly calculate that the 6th note of the minor key will correspond to the 4th note of the relative major key. We can demonstrate this by comparing the keys of A minor and C major. Here's our A natural minor scale. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, E, F. Compare this with our C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 4 notes up that. C, D, E, F. And you can see we have the same note. And we already know from our 1-4-5 progression in the major key that the 4 chord in the major key is a major triad. It therefore follows that the 6th chord in the relative minor key should also be a major triad. We can verify this from the scale, taking notes 6, 8 and 10. And there we have a major third, a perfect fifth, and our major triad. So there is our 6-2-5-1 minor key chord progression in triads, consisting of 6 major, 2 minor flat 5, 5 major and 1 minor. Again, in our example key of A minor, that gives us F major, B minor flat 5, E major, A minor. As with all of our chord exercises, we can take this sequence and play it in every key following the cycle of fifths. That would mean from the key of A minor we would move to E minor, E minor to B minor, B minor to F sharp minor, F sharp minor to C sharp minor, C sharp minor, A flat minor, A flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, F minor, F minor, C minor, C minor to G minor, G minor to D minor, and that brings us back to A minor, completing the cycle. Once again, there are examples of all these chord progressions fully written out in all keys in my own book. However, if you don't wish to buy the book, it's not a huge challenge to work them out for yourself, particularly if you make use of a decent chord dictionary to find some suitable chord fingerings. The net result of practicing these exercises in all possible keys will be that not only will you have learnt at least one and probably several versions of all of the possible triad chords formed by harmonising the major or natural minor scale. That's all the major triads, all the minor triads and all the minor flat 5 triads. You will have also practiced moving between these chords in various configurations, thus increasing your fluency and dexterity along with developing your chord repertoire. I'm going to use the next video to take the opportunity to review what we've done so far in terms of harmonising the scale, and also discuss how that system can be extended, which will give us a starting point for our discussion of chords of more than 3 notes, that is to say the 7th chords, which we will be looking at in subsequent videos. So until then, as we say in France, à bientôt!